Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, PlayStation VR 2. I was sent this review unit by PlayStation to be able to do some pre-release coverage, and for now I'm just going to be doing an unboxing. Down the line, I'll be releasing a video where I share my thoughts and review this device that I'm actually really excited about. I'm someone who enjoys VR gaming, and I'm looking forward to its future. I will admit that progress on the VR front has been slower than I'd like in terms of the price going down to being something more affordable and the games matching the quality of, traditional gaming, something along the lines of Half-Life Alyx. Those kinds of games are few and far between, but generally VR I think is compelling, and I'm very curious to see what PlayStation is able to do with their own custom advanced device and the kinds of games that we'll get out of this. And hopefully the launch games will really impress me. But for now, let's go ahead and open this thing up. I'm going to get this piece of tape out of here first. There we go. And then get the box out of the box. Throw this box away. There we go. And that is the inside of the box. And this right here is the headset itself. Let's see what's in here first. We got the instructions manual, which I'll take a look at later. Got USB-A to USB-C cable. We've got headphones, or earbuds rather. And then removing this box, we'll find the controllers, which looks something like this. Let's see if I can just get these out of these wrappers and then get a feel for them. Curious how they fit in the hand. Let's put this box aside for a second. So this is what the controllers look like in the hand. The analog sticks are here. We got X, circle, square, triangle. These buttons are sort of really clicky. Huh, interesting. And then back here you got the triggers. And I believe these are essentially the shoulder buttons. So this is R1 and this is L1. I don't get the sense that these will be pressure sensitive like the Valve Index, where you can really fine tune how much you want to bend your fingers and squeeze your fist, if you will. But these buttons definitely do feel really nice and solid. They don't feel like you're going to press accidentally all that often, because you do require a little effort to press these, but not too much. These buttons here, a little stiffer than I thought they were going to be, but it's probably something I'm going to get used to. And then you got start and select. Nice and clicky. And then PlayStation buttons on each side. Overall, these are all pretty clicky buttons, pretty tactile. You can also obviously press the analog sticks for L3 and R3. And in terms of the range of motion of the analog sticks, not as much as the DualSense, definitely smaller analog sticks, but you're going to be doing your aiming physically, moving around and aiming with your controllers and your whole body, essentially. So it's not necessarily the top priority to have the most range of motion with these analog sticks, just something that's comfortable in your hands, and that purpose seems to be fulfilled from my early testing here. Now, these rings around the hands, I wonder whether these will be intrusive or whether I'll be able to ignore them. Like if I bring my hands together, you can see that the rings clash, but generally they seem to be out of the way. Like these outside parts, you're not going to be doing this kind of motion very often, I think, so it should be fine overall, and you can bring your fingers together like this, but if you bring your hands together like this, you are going to get a little collision between the controllers. Something like doing an applause motion is going to be a little awkward, and you're going to see a little collision, you can see right there. But other than that, generally I get the sense that it's not going to be the biggest deal in the world. Yeah, overall these feel pretty good, and this is what they look like. I'm doing a little 360-degree overview of these devices. Now let's set these aside and bring out the headset proper. Here's what it looks like in the box. I'm taking it out. Here it is. Oh, out pops the cable here, which seems to be pretty long, as you can see. But yeah, this box is useless now, so let's put this aside and unwrap the headset itself. And boom, there it is. So here is what the headset looks like. This is the front view. This is the top view. This is the side view right, side view left, and then the bottom. And then looking inside, you can see the lenses right there. And on top of that, you got this padding here that's pretty springy. Hopefully they will offer a nice amount of comfort. I'm curious as to whether these work with my glasses on. I have a Quest 1 and a Valve Index alongside this. Those I can use with my glasses on. A little uncomfortable, but still manageable. Curious how PlayStation VR 2 will fare on that front. Let's get this cable out of here like that. And it's just a single cable you can see right here that you connect to the PlayStation 5. And so that just makes this a lot easier to set up than PSVR 1, which required a separate component and a bunch of cables connected to it. It was a little cumbersome. This seems a lot more convenient, a lot better, and just reducing that friction between setup and playing the games and just being able to jump right into the VR titles and the VR experience. I think that's an important part of making sure that people will want to use this device. And looking closer at the device itself, you can see that this is inside-out tracking, which means that you don't need an external camera to look at you, but rather the cameras are built in, and these cameras will detect the environment around you, as well as the controllers track these. But hopefully the tracking itself works well. That's one area where I can't tell you right now until I actually put these on and try out some games. But so far, the quality of the hardware itself, I'm really digging. It feels relatively premium, lightweight. It's plasticky, but the most important thing is that it is lightweight and comfortable to put on. Speaking of putting it on, let me actually do that for you. So I'm going to take this headset off and use my camera's microphone here, which is going to be a little more noisy, but it'll be fine for the purposes of this video. All right. All I have to do to put this device on is essentially stretch the band here, and boom, it goes on like that. And then it's a little loose right now, so I'm going to use the dial. I don't know if I can put the back of my head on display here, but I can use that dial to tighten it so that by the time I'm done adjusting, it'll sit on my head comfortably. And I can definitely feel the pressure of my glasses against the bridge of my nose. I don't know how long I'll be able to play like this before my nose bridge starts hurting or starts getting sore. So far, it seems manageable enough, but I'd have to just test out this device and get back to you on that front. I do have contacts though, so maybe I'll put those on for a more comfortable experience. Actually, one thing I forgot to cover that I had to retroactively film is this button here that allows you to adjust the distance of the visor from your face. And with this adjustment, I was able to get the headset set up in such a way where my glasses could comfortably fit in there, and I could use this VR setup with my glasses on. Something to note for those who are worried about that. This is what it looks like to have the headset on. It's relatively lightweight, I'd say. You can feel a little front-loadedness, definitely, but not too much. I think the weight distribution of these VR devices are getting better over time, which is nice. Now this is a device with a cable attached to it, but the fact that the cable is thin and it's a single cable and it's pretty long will hopefully make it as unintrusive as a cabled, connected VR experience can be. And then to take off the headset, there is this button on the back that I can hit, and it'll loosen up the device, and then I can stretch the device out like that, and then take it off. This button right here, you can see it click, so you can loosen the adjustment that you make with this dial, and you can put it back on by stretching the device like so again, or stretching the band here like so. Pretty easy to put on. A few other things to note about this device down here. You've got the power button. You've got this function button that will allow you to map a shortcut to it, like see-through view, for example, where you can use the cameras to actually see the real world around you. And then up here, you've got this dial that essentially modifies the width of the lenses. Let's see if I can put that into view. And I don't know if you can see it expanding and contracting. Everyone obviously has different physical attributes when it comes to their eyes width. So this adjustment will help you get into focus. And then down here you will see is a headphone jack for the earbuds that come included with this device. Of course, you can plug in your own if you so desire, but ideally, this is probably what you'll want to use. I do wish this device had built-in headphones or built-in sort of speakers that are near your ears, kind of like the Quest headset or the Valve Index, which has the headphones that you can deploy. This is, I think, a little more cumbersome, but I guess doable. So the way it works is you plug, let's see if you can see it here, you plug to this hole here, if that's visible to you. The 3.5mm jack, you plug it in here, and then this other side will go in this hole, and this is not a port, it's just a little compartment to keep the earbuds in place. So boom, and then boom. So that just stays there, and when you put the headset on, you can just grab these, put them into your ears, and have a more immersive audio experience. So let me actually show you how that looks like, see how comfortable that is before I close out the video. So I extend, boom, like that, put it on, adjust, and then right now it's a complete blackout when it comes to my vision, but hopefully I can easily search for these here and put them on like so. Actually, it's not the worst thing ever. It's a little more cumbersome having to, like look for these while your vision is blacked out, but it's easy enough to find and then put onto your ears, and it's pretty unintrusive as I'm moving my head along. And it does blot out the sound around you because the earbuds are right in your ear. So the sound, hopefully these will sound pretty good. Hopefully they'll produce high quality audio, but yeah, I'm not uncomfortable at all by this setup. And yeah, boom, and then boom, putting these back on like that. Easy enough, and they seem to be staying in my ears. One last thing, I forgot to unbox the PSVR 2 Sense controller charging station, which you can dock the controllers here too to charge, to make that aspect convenient. So let me actually put the headset aside and show you what that looks like. Let's open this thing up like so. Use this part here to take the box out, and then opening it up will reveal this interior, which comes with a couple cables. This is the adapter to power up the charger itself, alongside the cord here to plug in to an outlet. And then you've got, what are these? These apparently you can plug to the USB-C ports of the Sense controllers. So these go right there. You can see on the back of the controllers. So let's plug these in like so. I think these are what will allow you to wirelessly charge these controllers on the station itself. So let's take out the dock proper, take it out of the wrapper, and voila. That's what that looks like. And yeah, I can see the slot here. I think if I go on this side, I can just drop this like that, and then drop the right controller like that. And that's what that looks like. And then once it's charged and ready to go, I can just boom, go like that. And then when I need to recharge him, boom, boom. It's not mandatory. The PSVR 2 package does come with this USB-C cable. It doesn't come with two, though. So you're only able to charge one controller at a time by default. But you might have other USB-C cables sitting around that you can use to charge up the controllers. Not the biggest deal in the world, but if you want a convenient charging experience, these docks will do the job just fine. And then, let's see, this is where you plug in the AC adapter. This goes in here, and then this guy goes in here, like so. And once that's done, boom, this guy goes on this side and just kind of drops in really nicely. And then this guy goes on this side, plug this in, and you are good to go. So yeah, there you have it, folks. That's my unboxing and overview of the PSVR 2 hardware. And now to use it and report back on the experience itself, which hopefully will make me more excited about the future of VR. Hopefully significant headway will have been made with these, especially with like eye tracking and the kinds of games that we're going to get for this, like Gorilla's Horizon game for PlayStation VR. I got a copy of that I'll be checking out, playing, and reporting back on. But yeah, so far so good. I hope this video proved to be informative. Look forward to future coverage of this. And let me know in the comments below if you have any specific questions that you'd like answered about this device. But until the full review, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time. Young out.